Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. A U.S. Navy helicopter and fighter jet crashed within 30 minutes of each other Sunday during separate routine operations over the South China Sea, with all crew members safely rescued according to the Navy's Pacific Fleet. Officials say an MH-60RC Hawk helicopter went down around 2:45 p.m. local time while operating from the USS Nimitz, followed shortly by an FA-18F Super Hornet that also crashed during flight operations. President Donald Trump called the back-to-back incidents very unusual, suggesting that contaminated fuel could be to blame, though the Navy has launched a full investigation. The crashes occurred in the heavily contested South China Sea, where U.S. forces regularly patrol to challenge China's sweeping territorial claims. The incidents come as Trump travels through Asia ahead of a meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, with tensions between the two nations beginning to ease after recent trade talks. French police have arrested two men in connection with the daring daylight theft of France's crown jewels from the Louvre Museum, authorities confirmed Monday. The suspects, both in their 30s and known to police, were tracked down through DNA evidence. One was caught attempting to flee the country. The brazen heist took place last week when thieves used a truck-mounted ladder to access the Louvre's Apollo Gallery, breaking into display cases and stealing 9 priceless pieces, including an emerald and diamond necklace gifted by Napoleon to his wife. The jewels, valued at over $100 million, have not yet been recovered. Louvre director Laurence Descartes has called the theft a terrible failure, acknowledging that the balcony where the thieves entered had no active security cameras at the time. 2 additional suspects remain at large as French authorities continue their international search. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has announced that federal food aid through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, will stop on November 1st if the government shutdown continues, leaving millions of families at risk. The USDA's notice says the agency will not use $5 billion in contingency funds to cover benefits, warning the well has run dry. The shutdown, now in its 3rd week and the 2nd longest in U.S. history, has intensified political clashes between Republicans and Democrats over funding and health care subsidies. SNAP, which helps about 1 in 8 Americans afford groceries, could see a nationwide halt in payments unless Congress reaches an agreement soon. Some states are exploring ways to continue benefits temporarily, though the USDA has said they will not be reimbursed for doing so. The FDA has issued a recall for more than 140,000 bottles of atorvastatin calcium tablets, a widely prescribed statin used to lower cholesterol and reduce the risk of heart disease, heart attacks, and strokes. The generic version of Lipitor and Crestor is being recalled after failing dissolution tests, meaning the tablets may not dissolve properly and could impact effectiveness. The Class 2 recall affects 8 lot numbers of the 10 milligram tablets with expiration dates between July 2026 and February 2027 and includes bottles of 90, 500, and 1,000 tablets. The medication was manufactured by Alchem Laboratories in India and distributed to Ascend Laboratories in New Jersey. The FDA advises patients to check the lot numbers on their medication and contact their doctor or pharmacist for guidance. OpenAI has launched its own web browser, Atlas, entering direct competition with Google in a growing battle over how users access online information through AI. Debuting Tuesday on Apple laptops with future rollout plans for Windows, iOS, and Android, Atlas integrates ChatGPT as a central search tool, signaling a potential shift away from traditional web browsing. CEO Sam Altman called it a once-in-a-decade opportunity to rethink internet use with features like Agent Mode, which can browse on a user's behalf. The move comes as OpenAI, despite boasting over 800 million users, looks for new revenue streams while operating at a loss. But industry analysts warn that challenging Chrome's 3 billion user stronghold won't be easy. The launch follows legal drama involving Google's alleged search monopoly and comes amid growing concern over AI's impact on journalism, digital ads, and online publishers, as users increasingly turn to chatbots for summarized answers instead of traditional search engines. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Heading into the city? Don't even think about driving.
The T is by far the best value in the city.
Park with ease at one of the many MBTA lots or garages with rates that beat anything in the city.
You just have to tap your phone or contactless card and ride. No machines, no stress. It's modern, fast, it's easy.
And the best part, you get dropped off steps away from where you want to go.
Hop off at Park Street, explore the State House, Boston Common, and the Theater District.
And don't miss a concert at the Orpheum.
Ride smart, ride the T.
So many reasons to get on board.
Welcome back. Braintree native Nicholas Timberlake is heading to the Maine Celtics after being selected 54th overall in the NBA G League draft Saturday night. The 6'4" guard joins forwards Stefan Todorovic and Vance Jackson Jr. as the team's newest additions. A 2017 Braintree High graduate, Timberlake overcame being born with a cleft lip and palate to build an impressive basketball career, playing at Towson, finishing his college run at Kansas, and most recently leading the Cheshire Phoenix in England with 16.6 points per game. The Maine Celtics say Timberlake's sharp shooting and international experience make him a promising addition to their roster ahead of the upcoming G League season. Braintree Mayor Aaron Joyce has announced the creation of a new Herring and Fisheries Commission aimed at protecting and restoring the town's waterways and fish populations. The Town Council unanimously approved the measure last month, and the commission will advise the mayor on maintaining clean rivers, streams, and ponds to support migratory species. The group will also focus on removing barriers to fish migration, improving culverts, and collaborating with community partners to promote healthy ecosystems. Mayor Joyce said the move builds on the success of the Manatequit River Restoration Project, which recently allowed fish to return to Great Pond and Sunset Lake for the first time in over 200 years. The council has already approved the appointment of the first 3 herring wardens, and the town is encouraging more residents to get involved. Halloween is right around the corner, and Braintree is getting ready for some spooky fun. The town's annual Trunk or Treat event, hosted by the Recreation Department, already happened on Saturday, October 25th at Braintree Town Hall. Kids and parents filled the town hall space with their festive costumes and candy bags ready. If you're looking for more Halloween fun, on Halloween night, Friday, October 31st, trick-or-treating hours will officially run from 4 to 8 p.m. across town. Residents are encouraged to turn on their porch lights if they're participating and to drive carefully as the little ghosts and goblins hit the streets. Braintree heads to the polls in just 1 week on Tuesday, November 4th for the local general election. Voters will have to choose candidates for Town Council, School Committee, Library Board of Trustees, Electric Light Board, and Housing Authority. Absentee in-person voting at the Town Clerk's office runs through noon on November 3rd. Otherwise, ballots can be cast on Election Day. For full details, check the Town Clerk's election schedule and voter information pages at braintreema.gov. The South Congregational Church in Braintree is kicking off the season with its annual holiday fair, taking place at 1075 Washington Street on Friday, November 7th and Saturday, November 8th. The festivities begin Friday evening with an Italian supper from 5 to 7 p.m., followed by the fair activities until 8 p.m. On Saturday, the fair runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with a snack and lunch counter open from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visitors can look forward to front door raffles, themed gift baskets, cookies, pies, knit and crochet items, crafts, jewelry, plants, and a silent bid table, and hearty favorites like cornbread, chili, and baked beans. For more information, call 781-843-5155. The Braintree Senior Center is offering a full slate of programs and special events for residents 60 years and older before October finishes. Weekly offerings include daily fitness classes, men's coffee hour on Mondays, game day on Tuesdays, the Asian Outreach Group on Wednesdays, quilting and knitting on Thursdays, and movie day on Fridays. For one-day events, the center is holding an enrichment and empowerment class with the Rotary Club on October 29th at 2 p.m. and a Halloween costume party on October 31st at 12:30 p.m. To sign up for these events, contact the Braintree Senior Center at 781-848-1963. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Pick up a passport at their public library and then go explore other libraries in the Old Colony Library Network. Remember to get your passport stamped at each library you visit, including ours. This year, the library crawl runs from October 1st through October 31st. Participants who visit 5 libraries and collect at least 5 unique stamps on their passports will instantly earn a certificate of participation at the 5th library they visit. Last year, I only made it to 2 other libraries, so this year I hope to do better. The Booktober Library Crawl is free and fun for all ages. Visit malibraryroadtrip.com/OCLN to plan your adventure today. Signs and Sweets on Wednesday, October 29th. This popular annual event is tons of fun. Drop in between 5 and 7 p.m. to visit stations in the children's room where kids of all ages can learn a Halloween-themed sign in American Sign Language from teen volunteers and earn a sweet treat. The Halloween fun continues in Logan Auditorium, where we'll have games and a mini dance party to get everyone in the spooky spirit. Costumes are absolutely welcome and encouraged, but not required. Coming up on Saturday, November 8th, 10:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. The TPL Writers Group will present the 3rd annual Local Author Book Fair at their public library. 10% of the proceeds will benefit the Friends of Thayer Public Library. For more information about these events or to see many more upcoming events at the library, visit www.thayerpubliclibrary.org/events. You can also call the Reference Department at 781-848-0405 or email referencedesk@braintreema.gov.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. A massive FBI investigation into illegal sports betting and rigged poker games in the NBA has led to more than 30 arrests, including 3 former Boston Celtics players. Officials say the years-long probe uncovered a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise involving the La Cosa Nostra crime families and millions of dollars in fraud, extortion, and gambling. Among those charged is Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, accused of using insider NBA information to place bets, including one game where he allegedly left early after wagers totaling over $200,000 were placed on his performance. Former Celtics star and current Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups was also arrested, accused of participating in mafia-linked poker games using rigged technology that generated up to $7 million in profit. Former Celtic Damon Jones faces charges tied to both operations. The NBA has placed Rozier and Billups on immediate leave, saying it's reviewing the indictments and reaffirming that the integrity of our game remains on our top priority. An investigation is underway in Plymouth after an 18-year-old man was killed and 2 others were injured in a head-on crash Friday morning. Police say the collision happened around 8:30 a.m. on State Road, involving a 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee and a 2025 Honda Civic. Responding officers found all 3 victims with serious injuries. The teen driver of the Honda was taken to Beth Israel Deaconess Hospital in Plymouth, where he was pronounced dead. His passenger, a 17-year-old from Plymouth, and the 47-year-old woman driving the Jeep were both hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of the crash remains under investigation and no charges have been filed at this time. The Beckett Fund, a national public interest law firm known for defending religious liberty cases, has agreed to represent the city of Quincy pro bono in a lawsuit over 2 Catholic saint statues commissioned by Mayor Thomas Koch for the city's new $175 million public safety headquarters. 15 residents, represented by the ACLU of Massachusetts, claim the statues of St. Michael and St. Florian violate the state's constitution's religious neutrality clause. A Norfolk Superior Court judge recently ordered that the statues not be installed while the case proceeds. The Beckett Fund, which says it defends religious liberty for all, argues the statues have a secular purpose, honoring police and firefighters as symbols of courage and sacrifice. The group, named after 12th century Archbishop St. Thomas Becket, has a strong court record but has also drawn criticism from progressive organizations for supporting cases that opponents say promote discrimination under the guise of religious freedom. The New England Free Jacks are kicking off the season by hosting a fall festival in Quincy, bringing together rugby fans and families for an afternoon of food, drinks, and fun. The free event takes place Saturday, November 1st from 3 to 6 p.m. at 850 Hancock Street and will feature a costume contest, a live watch party for the highly anticipated New Zealand versus Ireland rugby match. Organizers say everyone's welcome to join in the fall festivities and celebrate the sport that's growing fast across New England. It may not be Halloween yet, but holiday cheer is already on the horizon as Spirit Christmas, a festive spin-off of Spirit Halloween, is bringing back its pop-up stores for a second year. The chain, owned by Spencer Gifts, is nearly quadrupling its footprint in 2025, expanding to 30 locations across the Northeast and Great Lakes regions. Just like its Halloween counterpart, Spirit Christmas will temporarily set up shop in vacant storefronts, offering a wide range of holiday decorations, themed apparel, and a new in-store experience called Peppermint Village. Shoppers can expect interactive displays, stocking stuffers, and even a chance to snap a photo with Santa Claus. In Massachusetts, 2 stores are set to open this November, one in North Attleboro at the former Bed Bath & Beyond, and another in Dartmouth at the Old Christmas Tree Shop. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more on entertainment. Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now here's some spooky animated films you won't want to miss this Halloween. First, the animated film Stitch Head brings to life a darkly charming tale about a tiny stitched-together creature living in a crumbling castle with a mad professor and his band of bizarre inventions. Acting as the heart and caretaker of the monsters, Stitch Head keeps them safe from the fearful townsfolk below until a sly circus owner named Fulbert Freakfinder tempts him with the promises of fame, friendship, and acceptance. Torn between loyalty and longing, Stitch Head embarks on an emotional journey of self-discovery. You can watch Stitch Head in theaters now. Up next is Paranorman. In the spooky stop-motion hit, 11-year-old Norman Babcock isn't your average kid. He can talk to the dead, and honestly, he prefers them to the living. But when his eccentric uncle Prendergast warns him that a centuries-old witch's curse is about to unleash chaos on their sleepy town, Norman becomes the only one who can stop it. As zombies crawl from their graves and panic spreads, the misunderstood boy must embrace his supernatural gift and find the courage to save everyone, living and dead alike. You can watch Paranorman now in theaters. And finally, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, bringing back the darkly romantic charm that defined his classics like Edward Scissorhands and The Nightmare Before Christmas. Set in a 19th century European village, the stop-motion animated film follows Victor, voiced by Johnny Depp, who is accidentally swept into the land of the dead and wed to a mysterious corpse bride, played by Helena Bonham Carter. Meanwhile, his true fiancée Victoria awaits in the land of the living. 2 decades later, the film still captivates audiences with its haunting visuals, whimsical storytelling, and the timeless message that not even the dead can stand in the way of true love. You can watch Corpse Bride, the 20th anniversary, in theaters now. That'll do it for news today. Don't forget Verizon customers can now watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128 and on Comcast on channel 1073. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll see you next time.